right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and my guest is Mr. Marin Aleksov. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Rosland Capital, an investment company whose primary focus is investment in gold. Gold has just reached a new all-time high and shows no signs whatsoever of slowing down. And by the way, the people at Rosland Capital are experts in this, and for a free telephone call, you can get their advice. They will listen to your explanation of your particular portfolio and your financial situations. They will advise you on things like gold-backed IRAs and so forth, and you can get a kit that they will send you absolutely free that explains just about everything you want to know about gold. And that number to call is 800-679-3494. 800-679-3494. All right, let's go to the phone. Let's go to Texas and Jim. Jim, you're on the air.
Good morning, gentlemen. Anyhow, I very much believe in gold, and I wish we could go back on a gold standard, but you noted how difficult that would be due to limited supply globally. And my question is, do you think even a partial backing by gold of the U.S. dollar would be feasible, and how quickly could we shift if we wanted to?
What do you think, Marin?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the euro, although euro's partially backed by gold a little bit, even if your currency is back 5%, 10% or whatever by gold, is definitely feasible. And I think that's where we're going to head it, because at some point you're going to have to stabilize your currency somehow. Otherwise, again, it's just worth the paper you're printing on. And this is an argument that I've heard now being raised everywhere. Economists around the globe are talking about it. Because, I mean, look at people like Ron Paul went back on the gold standard. It all depends on leadership. If this country is going through a change, I think that if this grassroots movement gets stronger and stronger, and eventually, maybe not now, but eventually, you're going to have leadership that are thinking a little bit differently, that are thinking more conservative. And at that point, I think it's definitely an option.
All right. Well, Mr. Aleksov, as I understand it, with a country in Europe that is participating in the euro as a currency,
right,
there's rules and regulations. They have to keep certain reserves on hand and so forth. Am I correct on that?
Right. And
well, are they doing that now? I mean, are they still keeping to those rules, or are they letting them slide?
Well, that's the situation. I mean, they got the money from Germany. The bailout, and one clause in there says you have to get down to certain debt levels, and that has to happen. You have to be within 3 or 4%, I think. I mean, Greece is at 14.
Yeah.
I mean, and the amount of sacrifice they actually have to do, I mean, it's almost astronomical. You're talking about, I have to suspend your pension for a year. Good luck with that. I mean, they're going to riot on the street and try to do when everyone's in a union. It's just not going to work. This is a country that lives on tourism, and they really don't do anything that much. And if you don't get productive, I mean, in America, it's different. America is very resilient, an industrial country. Here, people want to work, they want to make money. It's a free. Supposedly, we should have a free market system. Everyone has a opportunity to chase what they want. People work. Over there, it's a little bit different. Again, if you have a 6 to 8 week vacations and everything's paid for, why would you work? And they tax you over the top. If I take 50-60% of your money, which is happening here now, there's no incentive for you to work anymore. I mean, especially the richer you get, the more they punish you.
Yeah.
And that's something that needs to go. And I think Europe hasn't been productive in years.
Well,
there's no productivity. They don't grow.
Over here, we can do something about it this
Right.
November when we vote. Oh, my. Again, folks, that telephone number for Mr. Aleksov's company, his advisors.
Also, just before you say it, this week we're actually offering a free Mercury dime with every inquiry on package. So we send a free Mercury dime with the free information.
Thank you, Mr. Aleksov.
Live from Washington, you're listening to the Voice of Freedom, the voice of liberty, the voice of the nation.